What's cracking? What's lacking? What's crack-a-lacking? What's the going? What's the cracking? What's the everything? What's the poppin'? I am a broken record. Welcome to the podcast.
When are we ever not broken records?
That's true.
I just realized I forgot to close my door. 1 second.
Ugh. Sasibaka.
Okay. I want to complain.
Okay.
Okay, so at work,
Uh-huh.
we have a policy where we have to read back the customer's orders to make sure they're right,
Mm-hmm.
And so I will read back the person's order and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Like not paying attention at all." And then 5 minutes later, they come back being like, "This is not what I ordered. This isn't what I ordered at all. He got it all wrong. He's a terrible person. He ruined my life because I accidentally got a salad instead of this salad or something, or I accidentally got the sandwich instead of this sandwich." It's like, buddy, I repeated your order 3 times. If you did not pay attention a single one of those times, that's on you. That ain't on me, buddy. I had 3 different people come and bug me about me getting their orders wrong, and I had to go to my shift lead 3 separate times saying I got their order wrong. They actually wanted this, and I misheard them.
Only 3 times? Dude, it's almost like every 3. No, not that much, but it's a fucking lot. Oh yeah, last time my fingers were on fire.
My second pet peeve is they tell me their drinks, like what sodas they want, and I go and make their sodas, and I come back with their sodas, and they're like, "Oh, I actually wanted no ice in that soda." Buddy, you could have told me this any point in time before I gave you your soda. Any point in time. Now I have to go and waste my time and yours and also a cup full of soda because you were too stupid to tell me that you didn't want ice.
So, you know what else is stupid?
What?
We are going against Houston! We did it, boys! We are in the playoffs! We passed the first round of playoffs! We beat the Blue Jays some fucking way, somehow. I don't know. Dude, and why the fuck is Cal's nicknamed the Dumper? I was driving past Aquasox Stadium, and there was a sign that said, "Big Dumper does home runs," or something. Why is his nickname the Dumper? I get it, he's got a big booty, but like, almost everybody does. It's baseball. They got them big baseball pants, you know? Oh, it says, "Big Dumper hits big bombs." And why is fucking Cal the, like, carrier of our offense right now?
Okay, so I just watched an interview on the origin of Big Dumper. Apparently, it comes from when they went to a Seattle elementary school, and the kids shouted, "Big Dumper, Big Dumper, Big Dumper."
Oh. Interesting.
Yup. But also, I think you're jumping the gun. You're talking about the end. We need to talk about the beginning. We need to talk about when we clinched. Okay, do you want to tell this story, or do you want me to tell it?
You tell the story.
Okay, I'm gonna forget details. So the day that the Mariners clinched, we also threw a surprise party for your boyfriend and one of my close friends.
He was my boyfriend first. No.
Ha ha ha.
That was such a pity laugh. I fucking love it. Okay, continue.
I'm gonna leave that in. So we threw the surprise party, and the game started when his party started, and we didn't turn it on because we knew that since all of us were big Mariners fans, / knew that the Mariners could break their 21 playoff drought, that we were going to pay attention to the game and not to him. Kind of defeats the entire purpose of the surprise party.
Yeah.
But he made an exception for the 9th inning. We made an exception for the 9th inning. So we turned on the 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th inning. Or it was at the top. I think either one. It doesn't matter. So we turned on the 9th inning, and exactly what we predicted happened. We all paid attention to the game, and not a single one of us partied.
Yeah.
So we all sat around. We watched. I want to say Haniger strike out,
Yeah,
and
something like
then I think Suarez struck out. It doesn't matter. But what happened was the Cal Raleigh at bat occurred, and we're all paying attention. I was recording it. At the beginning of the bottom of the 9th inning, when we saw who was batting, you called Cal Raleigh hitting a walk-off homer.
Yeah, I was like, wouldn't it be really funny if he homered right here? And he fucking did. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. It was It couldn't be any more like a movie, guys. It was absolutely fucking insane.
It was. The most amazing thing is that after he hit the home run, we thought it was foul, so we didn't celebrate. And then they were like, "It's fair!" And then every single person in the room jumped up out of their chair and we started celebrating and high-fiving each other and fist bumping and clapping and all that jazz. It was such chaos after he hit that home run.
Good shit. Good shit.
Then we clinched. We sadly did not get the first wild card spot. Doesn't matter though. And so we faced the Blue Jays. And I want to shoot whoever makes the MLB playoff schedule.
Agreed.
Whoever makes it, you are the reason that the MLB playoffs are dying. You are the reason that your ratings are going down. Who the hell schedules a game at noon Pacific time when one of the teams playing on a Friday, when one of the teams playing is from the freaking Pacific Coast? Whose bright idea was it? And fire that person.
Please.
So we played the first game. First game, we did a watch party for, even though I missed 2/3 of the game.
F.
Yep. But we won 4-0.
Castillo was on fire. He is fantastic. And then Cal Raleigh, the big dumper.
He hit a 2-run shot again. Cal Raleigh is just the greatest catcher in Mariners history. I'm joking, by the way. It was an easy win for the Mariners in game 1. Game 2 is where the complete and total chaos happened.
I was at this work dinner thing with my dad, right? And so it was like a bowling thing. So they had the game on in the background, so I was like half paying attention. Like all of my attention was drawn to the game and I didn't really care about anybody else. But it was funny. Everyone else was like talking to him like, wow, your daughter likes sports. That's cool. That's cool. You know, and I was like, I don't fucking care. We're about to make it. We're about to play Houston. Okay. So it started off, Robbie Ray fucking flopped. He let 4 in, if I remember correctly. I'm looking at the thingy. I don't know. He let too many in. And then it was just messy. All of us were started to give up. We're like, we can't do this anymore. Okay, whatever. But the fans gave up, not the M's. They don't give up. So anyway, we put Seawald in. Seawald, surprisingly, got a few hits and he hit a batter. Like, what the fuck? Seawald doesn't do that. What happened? I hope Seawald gets it together before the next series. This is very, very, very important. Anyway, so we started off with a Santana homer. One Santana homer, right? This motherfucker gets another Santana. He gets another homer. In this last end, he's really shown off. The beginning he was meh, but this playoff series. Okay, anyway, we kept going and he did this incredible home run. It was basically a grand slam. If there wasn't a wild pitch before, it would have been a grand slam. But he absolutely carried. And fucking Closer Castillo came in, and the first pitch, it was to the fucking batter's head. Like, what the hell? Because I saw they shot to Castillo in the batting pin, and I'm like, no shot. They are not putting him in right now. We are down this much. If we're trying to collect this, I don't want to go to the game tomorrow. I work tomorrow. We have to get the dub today. And he hit the first batter. And I was like, this. So our bullpen right now is a ball. It's just gone, reduced to atoms. We have probably Murphy hasn't pitched in a while, and I don't know if I feel comfortable with him like playoff bound. But like Swanson, meh. Seawald, hot garbage. What happened to him? Munoz, his slider was not sliding. His fastballs were fire, right? Kirby was awesome. He's been working out. My man throws 99 now. I really do think that he should take over Robbie Ray's spot as a starter against Houston.
So Cal Raleigh hit a double. Frazier hit a double. Cal Raleigh was the go-ahead run. And then George Kirby came out of the pen. I had work during the 9th inning. So all I heard before I started work was Kirby was warming up in the pen. And I was skeptical about that. Because Kirby was a starter all season. And it's like how he's going to handle the pressure of like being a closer. But he handled it amazingly, got the 3 outs, and we won. I'd say we didn't win that game. I say Toronto choked. But you know what? I don't care that Toronto choked. We won. We're going to the LDS and not them. I don't care.
Dude, you can't say that. No. We worked our ass off. Our boys worked our ass off for that. Yes, there was a little bit of chaos here and there, like a wild pitch and stuff like that. And wasn't there? No, there wasn't an error. There was an error, right?
We had the error.
Oh, we had the error. That's right.
Oh,
Anyway,
and we also had that lucky break where the 3 Blue Jays players ran into each other in the outfield.
yeah, who was that? Was it?
It
I
was
think it was
Bobichette and Springer. Springer got hit in the abdomen so hard that he had to be taken out of the game.
Yeah.
And Bobichette was lucky enough to only had slight bruise on his arm. That was so scary watching them run into each other. I thought all 3 of them were going to run into each other, but just 2 of them. Oh man.
While that was going on, I was yelling no man zone, no man zone, no man zone, and it dropped in a no man zone. And then they started pulling out the stretcher, and I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Like that is I think that's the baseball game with the most injuries I've ever seen.
Well, besides the brawl.
That doesn't count. That wasn't baseball related. But this is like okay, it was baseball related, but it didn't happen during baseball plays. It happened externally from a play. All these injuries happened during a play, whether a batter got hit or they ran into each other in the outfield. They happened during plays.
It's funny it's against the Blue Jays, because the Blue Jays are Canada, and Canada's supposed to be nice. The fucking Blue Jays booed Robbie Ray. Like, I understand he was their pitcher and everything, but you're Canada. You're supposed to be nice. Why'd you boo Robbie? What the hell?
Because Canadians aren't nice. All right, so now we can look forward to the ALDS. We are facing the Astros, who have had our number all season, and that scares me. But what also doesn't scare me is that the Mariners are built for chaos, and it's a 5-game series. We just need to win 3 games. Game 1 starters Logan Gilbert, and he's going to be facing Justin Verlander. Logan Gilbert needs to pretty much throw a perfect game for us to have a chance. Justin Verlander is running away with the Cy Young this year. Logan Gilbert needs to throw a perfect game, pretty much, or a no-hitter or something to get it to at least let us have a chance.
Yeah, no. We're definitely gonna have to fight, but honestly, we are definition of Chaos Ball. Chaos Ball has started because of us. It's just I will trust in one thing, and it goes absolutely on its fucking head. So I'm not gonna make any predictions for the next series that's gonna happen. It happens. What happens, and it happens. You know?
Mariners in 5 is my prediction.
I don't know. I can't make a prediction. I can't. Because I know everything that I say is just we're gonna flop on its fucking head because it's the M's. You know? It was great at work. I wore my Mariners jersey, and all I had to do, it was Sunday, so I was like, "Do anything fun today?" And then they're like, "Oh, I'm watching football." I'm like, I'm not a football gal. I'm more of a Mariners gal myself. They're like, "Did you see the game last night?" And then boom, I talked, and then everybody gave me a bunch of money because I'm interacting with them. When in reality, I'm just complaining, more like celebrating my boys. And then they paid me to just talk.
I wish I got paid to just talk about the Mariners.
Yeah, you gotta find a job that lets you do that, dog. You gotta find the trap.
Once this podcast starts making money, it's never going to make money.
Yeah, you're probably losing money. You could be working while you're editing this, dog.
I know. I'm probably losing money editing it and stuff. Like I can do so much other stuff with my time, but I do enjoy making these and yelling at each other about the Mariners for like an hour and a half. The thing that scares me the most about the next series is George Kirby is goated. Luis Castillo, goated. Logan Gilbert, goated. Robbie Ray scares me because he was terrible against the Blue Jays, and he's been meh his last couple starts, and that scares me, especially against an Astros lineup with Altuve, in the leadoff, and the other hitters as well that I can't name off the top of my head right now. That scares me.
Just all of the fucking Astros in general.
Yeah. How is Robbie Ray going to turn up? Because we cannot waste our bullpen again. Like, our starters need to get at least 6-7 innings each performance to save our best bullpen arms.
I don't know what we should do because Robbie, can we go with 3? Well, we don't even know if Kirby can pitch a full 6. We saw him pitch 3 outs, right? 1 inning.
He pitched a full 6 in the regular season.
No, in playoffs. He's a rookie.
True, but he got those 3 outs. 1, 2, 3. That's all you needed to get, and he did it very easily too.
Well, Robbie in the first inning, if I remember correctly, it was 1-2-3, wasn't it?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, he was great at the beginning, and then I think what was it, the second or the third, he flopped.
I think it was the third, but yeah.
So he started off great, but then the pressure got to him. I love Kirby. He's great. He's absolutely insane for being so young. And but like I don't know if he's got enough experience under his belt. Like so I'm scared about Gilbert too. He's never been in the playoffs. He's still basically a rookie. We got him last year. He's new. I'm scared how they're gonna fare. Castillo, he's pitched playoffs before, hasn't he? He's old. He must have. Playoffs are a whole different beast.
I don't know actually.
My guesstimate is probably. And Robbie Ray, I think he has too, because he's been with the Blue Jays and they've gone in the past. And so they're experienced. And Robbie, the experienced dude, yes, he's flopped in the past few games. He flopped, right? So then I'm scared about how the rest of our boys are going to do. So then this makes us think. Instead of one of those, do we maybe bring up another person?
We can't. It's a playoff roster. Your roster's set in stone.
Set in stone. So there's okay. Just kidding. Where's Flexen? Is he on there?
He's on the taxi roster.
Oh, okay. So the starter roster is like set.
Yeah, so the starter roster is set, and then the taxi roster is players you can interchange. They're like your minor league in the playoffs.
Okay.
They follow, but they don't usually play. They're like backups.
So is it the starters we've already mentioned? Is that it?
Yes, it's Gilbert, Kirby, Ray, and Castillo. But also the arguments you're making for Kirby can be made for Gilbert. Like he's only in
Yeah.
his second year, and he doesn't have any experience in super tough situations and stuff.
I said that too, Doug.
I didn't hear you then.
Oh, rip. But yeah, I'm scared about my young boys.
That is true. They are scary.
I'm excited and scared. They have so much potential in them, but we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen in this playoffs. All shit hits the fan, dog.
We're gonna make the World Series. That's what's gonna happen.
You really think so?
Maybe.
Don't want to be the one to call it.
I'm calling it World Series.
Okay. I like your admiration, kid. I will be an M's fan through and through. But by a logical standpoint, chaos ball can only take us so far. You know?
That is true. By definition, we rely on luck.
Yeah. Dumb luck. Dumb luck can only take us so far. But ow.
Okay, so now I know I said the last episode that if there was something to talk about during football, I would talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it. So I'm going to set the scene. So it's week 3 of the NFL season, and the Dolphins are playing their game, and their quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, takes a sack, which is normal. Quarterbacks take sacks all the time. What's different about this sack, though, is that the way he lands and the way the defensive lineman follows through is that his head hits the ground and whiplashes extremely hard to the point where he couldn't even stand up without the help from his teammates, and he fell down when he walked over to go snap the ball. But for some reason, they left him in the game, and they almost won the game as well. Now, anybody who's watched football at all or has done any sport that you could get injured in the head knows that he has symptoms of a concussion. You've had a concussion, like you can barely walk and stuff.
A few concussions.
Yeah, it's like you can barely walk and you can barely know what's happening because your head just hurts so much. They play on Thursday Night Football against the Bengals. And so 4 days later, he's trotting back onto the field when he had a concussion, perhaps even nervous damage on Sunday, and they're sending him back out on Thursday. Somehow they got approval to send him back out to play when he has concussion or nervous damage. And guess what happens on the Thursday night game? He gets sacked again. And again, with the way he falls on the ground, he gets severe whiplash on his neck to the point where he couldn't even move. They had to take out the stretcher, and they had to throw him on the stretcher and take him to the hospital.
Damn, is he all right?
I don't know. There is no timetable for a Tua Tagovailoa return. Meaning that it's so bad, they have no idea when he's going to come back.
Fuck, man. Yeah, no, thank you. No football for me.
Football is the most dangerous sport in the world except for any sport that involves killing your opponent. When he collapsed a couple Sundays ago, they should have taken him out of the game. They should have sent him to the doctor, and they should have put him on the injured list. Instead, the Miami Dolphins organization decided he is somehow fit enough to play, and they sent him back out again. And he got injured again, to the point where he might have permanent nerve damage, might be partially paralyzed, might have brain damage. Like, so many things could be wrong, all because the Miami Dolphins organization decided that Tua Tagovailoa is good enough to play football, even with his head injury. That is a complete disregard for a human being's safety and well-being. There are more important things than winning a football game. And that includes one of your best players' health. Seriously, I don't know what was wrong with them, and it pisses me off that anybody would sign off on this. The NFL Players Union, of course, got extremely pissed at the league for allowing this to happen, for allowing him to play at all. And I don't know what's going to happen with that, because it's outside the bargaining period, I think, for new rules and protocols and stuff. But the NFL Players Union is rightfully pissed because of what happened to one of their players.
Yeah, no, that's fucked. I remember like essay after essay about football, concussions, yada yada, and I mean, I I don't know what the fuck to say, really. It's messed up.
Yeah, it really is messed up.
Concussions are no fun. Because, like, if you have, everybody always says that, like, if you get concussions, like, 2 within a year, like, bad ones, it can change you for the rest of your life. Like, as you talked about. Like, I've had 3 minor ones in this past year. And I mean, I still do have a lot of headaches, like, a lot more common than I did before. And that's just minor concussions. Like, the first one was pretty bad, but then the other 2, like, I did on the 3rd one, I did a Calculus 3 exam the day after. I was hyped up on ibuprofen and Tylenol, but still, they're not fucking fun, and they do change you a lot.
The
All
other
right.
football related thing we're going to talk about quickly is my thoughts on fantasy football, because I've been doing fantasy football for the last like 3 to 4 years, give or take. And one, I'm garbage at it, mainly because I have the worst possible luck ever, because it's mainly a game of luck. And two, I don't research a lot. I do mainly the common knowledge I have from watching the games, and that's about it, but I don't do anything more than that. And I've noticed that the culture around fantasy football is so toxic. It's so, I guess, hardcore isn't the right word, but it's the only word I can think of to describe it, where everybody is so invested into the virtual getting of points based on pure luck that they completely disregard how to be a good human being, pretty much. Where they'll insult you for making stupid decisions or whatever, or literally send death threats to players because they made decisions to win the game for their team and not to help you win a fantasy game. I also noticed that, like, sometimes my enjoyment of football when doing fantasy football goes up, and other times it doesn't help my enjoyment at all. If anything, it gets me more annoyed, I guess, because I am busy following a bunch of players and I can't really enjoy the games because I can't enjoy a game of football for just a game of football because I have fantasy players that are playing for me during the game, you know? So I'm kind of torn from like loving fantasy football to being like, maybe I don't want to do it anymore. Maybe I want to, I don't know, like stop doing it.
Yeah, I'm in a fantasy team with my dad's family. So I was auto drafted because I was at work. I have not even fucking logged into my account. It's just set up from last year, and whatever happens, happens. No, I mean, obviously I'm not into football that much. Um, so I just whatever happens, happens. But yeah, no, I don't care much for the fantasy game. My dad's really into it. He has like a whole work league. So he worked at this one job, but then he quit that job to go to another job. But he's still part of that work that that other job's fantasy league because he like started it and made it. Yeah. And it's like a pay league, right? With like real money. But he's really fucking into it.
Man, see that it takes so much time and effort that it could be better
Mhm.
spent doing something else that I don't feel like putting that much effort into a fantasy league, let alone paying for a fantasy league. Like my family's fantasy league is free and the winner just gets bragging rights. That's it. That's it. That's what I think fantasy football should be. It should just be like,
Mhm.
oh, it's for fun, bragging rights, or whatever. Or maybe like a small thing the loser has to do, like the loser of the league. Like they have to eat like 25 tacos from Taco Bell or something, something stupid that's just for the fun of it. The paid leagues, I don't understand.
Yeah, I think it was a pay-in of like $50 and then the loser had to take the SAT, which I find that kind of fucking funny.
We have to do that, bruh.
That would be kind of funny.
We should start a fantasy football league with our college friend group next year, and the loser has to run a mile after eating 2 tacos from Taco Bell.
That's it?
Have you tried the tacos from Taco Bell?
Not in years.
They make you very much vomit and fart your ass off.
Wow, that does not sound very PogChamp.
Exactly, but that's why you shouldn't lose.
Damn, really do finna be like that, don't it? Auto draft. There's been ice skating news and stuff, but like I've been so busy, I have not looked into it. Um, stuff happened. Oh, Alexandra Trusova moved from a Terry again. She left a Terry again. After she performed her new program is I Put a Spell on You, and she's wearing a green dress just like in Hocus Pocus. And it is beautiful. Yeah, that's some of the Grand Prix happened. I have not really looked into it. I've been a bit busy. Like after this I'm gonna go do homework because yeah. But yeah, no, I think that be it.
All right, this can be a really short one, which is nice because that means I can actually get it out in a reasonable amount of time. It says that we've been recording for 32 minutes. So that means it's going to be
Oh,
like a 20-minute podcast,
okay.
give or take.
Hmm.
All right, do the outro.
All right. Adios, muchachos. See you next week.